What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Let's get it in. I want to talk about mental program, right? Mental programming. You see, the human mind, your brain, your mind is like a computer. Your brain can be programmed. Your brain can be programmed. So when you're looking at the devil, when you're looking at God, right? These are mental program. These are programmed to control your mind. This is why at an early age, most people on the planet are introduced to God and the devil, no matter what part of the world you're in. You're introduced with God and the devil. Because the powers that be knows how your mind works, know how the brain works. Because the brain is like a biological computer. It could be programmed. Whatever you program the computer to do is going to do it. They tell you the devil is responsible for all the bad things that's happening in the world. They go, and they program you to think that the devil is red with a pitchfork. Where did they get the idea from? Huh? Y'all never asked yourself that question? They tell you all the troubles in the world is of the devil. And all the good in the world, so-called good in the world, is of God. You never ask yourself why you Google God, it's always a white man with a beard? Why is that? Because God and the devil are two mental programs. They're codes. They're codes for the matrix. They're codes for physical reality to keep you trapped at a certain state of consciousness, to make you look outside of yourself, to make you think that these two entities are real. If the devil was so bad, if the devil was so evil, why don't God just kill the devil? Why can't God just kill the devil? He cannot kill the devil because it does not exist that way. Because the God and the devil are two programs. They are mental program for the mind. This is why God just don't simply kill the devil. They are programmed for control. Have you ever heard people say God's in control? This is why they let all wicked shit happen in the world. The wicked stuff happening in the world because we allow it. Because we think God's in control. That's the purpose of creating the mental program. That's the purpose of creating the devil. That's the purpose of creating God. Have you ever noticed how people talk to you as if they spoken to God, as if they know how God thinks, feel? They be like, "Let me tell you about God. God had it in my heart to tell you this. God sent me a vision. How do you know that?" They talk as if they met God. They talk as if they know God. They be like, if you're alive today is by the grace of God. If you're not going through a struggle, it's by the grace of God. What about an innocent person that got cancer? What about children that have cancer, dying of cancer? How do you explain that? Innocent children with diseases and cancer. How do you explain that? God don't like them? What, let me guess. The devil did that? God bless you. You're fine. You're healthy. But he just can't do nothing with sick children. And they tell you to have faith. They tell you God is good all the time. Then they talk as if they know God. Like they had tea with him. Like they met him one-on-one. Because they've been mentally programmed and they don't even know how their own mind works. They don't know how the brain works. They don't know how the human brain works. They don't know how the mind works. They don't understand that you can be programmed. If God and the devil was never introduced to you, you wouldn't have no idea they exist. Period. You wouldn't know that. This is why almost every country on the planet have their idea of a God and have their idea of the devil. Because these are mental program, mental codes for the mind. There was somebody, right? They did like an experiment where, you know what? I'm just gonna let you guys hear this, and I'll do the commentary. Let's go. I'm gonna show you how the human mind can be programmed. Whatever you program the human mind is going to believe it, is going to act it out. Let's go.
Raising a monkey changed your own child forever. A couple adopted an orangutan and raised him alongside their own baby. Same house, same toys, same tests. Climbing, drawing, puzzles. The orangutan mastered physical tasks, but couldn't speak. And the human child?
I'm a wild orangutan.
He started acting like the orangutan. Animal sounds, wild behavior. Terrified, the parents ended the experiment and sent the orangutan back to a research facility. Turns out, brains don't just learn, they copy. What if raising a monkey changed your own child forever? A couple adopted an orangutan and raised him alongside their own baby. Same house, same toys, same tests. Climbing, drawing, puzzles. The orangutan mastered physical tasks, but couldn't speak. And the human child?
I'm a wild orangutan.
He started acting like the orangutan. Animal sounds, wild behavior. Terrified, the parents ended the experiment and sent the the orangutan back to a research facility. Turns out, brains don't just learn, they copy. What if
You see what I mean? It's because the child was being mentally programmed without even knowing it. It became the orangutan. It did everything the orangutan did. Just like with religion. They program you when you was a child. You know no better. You think it's right. So they program you with God and the devil as a kid. Now you grow up, you act out what you've learned. You act out what you believe. This is why it's so hard for religious people, right, to wake up out of religion. Just like with the experience with the experiment with the orangutan. Because the child was mentally programmed by it, just like with God and the devil. Children are not born believing in God. Children are not born and believing in the devil. These things are introduced to them at a young age. If you can't get them with God, you scare them with the devil. You better pray, kids. If you don't, the devil's gonna get you. And they believe you because they don't understand right and wrong. They don't understand good and evil until you teach them that. And they don't want to be honest with themselves. You know damn well you never seen God. You know damn well God never spoke to you. You don't know God. Stop the cap. You don't want to admit that. The reason why you can't, because you've been programmed. The programming is deep, man. The code is deep. The mental programming it runs so deep in their mind, it cannot snap out of it. It's embedded in them, man. It's embedded deep inside of their mind. You know what I mean? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, y'all be good. Y'all still wear, and I'm out.